Last but not least, a little bit of a tidbit just in case some things aren't clear. And hopefully this will make things a little bit more clear. So when we were talking about the idea of toppling over someone else's idea, but not to kill each other, over toppling over each other's ideas, it's more to enhance life and to enhance each other. So go back to these ideas of how this dam was built, or even one of these dams, or this dam that you don't want that to happen to because the animals are being chewed up in it in some way. But yeah, you definitely want it to look without the eruptions there and it properly filtering water. This is a nice one to show because it kind of shows that it is not really trying to intervene with life. And that is ultimately what we're trying to do, not intervene with life. With our naked eye, we can see that this is not necessarily intervening with life. But if we get a microscope without a chip in it, we might be able to see that it might be intervening with life in some sort of way. Only during the building process. If you're not building it, then you don't necessarily have to worry about, the dam toppling over life in some way. And when I say toppling, I mean if it's coming over like that, the chicken coop style doors that you don't necessarily want to come over like that, but instead from the side, coming in from the side instead. So what you want to do is when you create the layer on the side of the mountain from the top, you want to be able to measure exactly how long you want the chicken coop style door to slide inward into the dam. There. To create something like that. I know we don't want it to look like that, so we'll go back to YouTube and look for how to build a dam. How a dam works. And this is good because we already kind of have a great idea as to how we want it to work. So that's perfect because we already know what that does. And that's what the turbine engine does. Look at this thing here. Now, to be able to, the last picture, we'll leave it there. Not the chicken coop, but the bottom video of the dam. Look what happens when a huge dam is opened. Yeah, that might be a little bit harder to come in from the sides if it's a real picture because it almost looks like it's fake, doesn't it? So we'll go to back here.
California homeowners, if you are sick of paying too much money for electric bills and you have a mirror that looks like this in your home, you can get paid today to switch to solar at no cost to you. It costs literally nothing to get the solar installed. You're not going to spend a dime out of pocket to go to solar. And the best part is when you do have the solar panels, this meter, it'll actually run backwards and credit you on your electric bill, so you don't have to make a bill payment ever again. Okay, so if you're looking to save $100, $200, or even $500 per month on your electric costs, click the link in this video right now. This program is first come, first serve, and it is expiring very, very soon. And these subsidies are being phased out. This whole program is actually sponsored by government and tax incentives. So the best part about it is when you do qualify for this, you will get paid thousands and thousands of dollars back on your taxes and on your tax return just for switching to solar, switching to solar energy.
Way more like that.
And it's not going to be a cost at all to you out of pocket. Okay. So click the link in this video. See if your home qualifies. You can still watch the video you came here to watch. We're just going to open up another window and we're going to ask you a couple of quick questions to make sure your home qualifies, because not all homes qualify, unfortunately, and that is the catch to this. Not every home qualifies, but fortunately, if you're seeing this video, you're probably in an area where your home may qualify. So click the link right now. Let's see if your home qualifies. Let's save you some money with solar.
It's very thick and won't break through. if there's a lot of pressure in there, because you don't want to necessarily have too much pressure going in with the filtration not coming out as good enough as well.
Oh, yeah.
Our message is essentially try to preserve life. Vegetarian is not trying to eat anything in the water that gets mixed up in the turbine engines that is creating electricity, that is allowing water to flow into anyone else's homes, if that's what's going on, or company, or anywhere for that matter, that uses water for washing or for eating in any way, shape, or form. So kudos to the people that are out there making sliding doors,
providing enough water is present.
Toppled over
they
style
represent a renewable form
dams
of energy and produce no waste products.
Like
they're also very efficient and cheap to operate. Not only that, but hydro dams have a very long service life. Some hydro plants have been in operation for over 100 years.
But if you have doors coming in from both sides,
hydroelectric dams can disrupt local habitats considerably due to the large changes needed to create the conditions required by the dam.
What dams are used for, primarily electricity.
By both plants and animals alike.
This irrigation thing, another thing, irrigation, if you think about it, who was here
They're also very expensive
watching
to construct,
somebody water the grass so that it can grow
types of power plant.
Before us?
The risk of failure
and it still grew
with hydro dams is not always small, and the consequences can be catastrophic.
If you want to irrigate still, go for it, be my guest, but I challenge you to grow something without the use of water.
And large amounts of flooding to much of the area
just go from there.
downstream of the dam.
Just know that what's in the ground already.
The advantages and disadvantages associated with dams, these enormous man-made structures are likely to remain part of our scenery for decades to come.
And the way it blossoms like a broccoli is the way it looks on the bottom as well.
Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube
Where's it getting
channel.
all that from? I mean, who's watering the trees
share
in
the
the
video.
forest?
It really helps us out and allows us to produce more and more content.
Humongous.
And if you really want to learn more about hydro dams,
they're incredible, aren't they? Nobody
power stations in general, then check out some of the links in the video description area. And if you click on those links, it'll take you to our website.
Check out some videos on how a dam works, what they're used for,
tutorials.
And
thanks very
how
much
they
for your
also
time.
like supplement life in a way to where you want to ingest, or you wanted to just go swimming in. So just keep in mind that we were kind of put on this planet, but we grew out of this planet not to kill each other, not to topple over each other.
On its completion in 1936,
That's a nice one.
this was...
That's a very nice one. Because you can kind of see that the sliding doors are going in like that. If you want to build it like this, but remember, you want to have that structure in the bottom as well to support it. I'm pretty sure they built them that way already. And, what else can we say about how to build a safe dam that doesn't kill life and that filters it? I challenge you, if you're building a new dam, or if you're just filtering over the opening hole, create more holes for more turbine engines to be able to, flush in more water or flush out more water, or see if we can figure out a way to connect turbine engines together to create sort of a chain of together. A chain of spontaneous energy, combustion. No, it's definitely followed through energy, because you might have energy coming in one side into the turbine, from one side into the turbine, kind of like the way those fireworks work, that have fireworks on like each corner, like a star, and it turns on and starts spinning. So you have one turbine there, and then a turbine connected to the other one, spinning in some way with one connection, and then you spin that one as well. And then if you have enough flow through, like a current, enough energy in through your current or power, which is voltage, into another turbine engine, then you can essentially create maybe a circle, and then at the top you can see how that works, and you can gauge it, and then you have an enormous amount of energy. It's like cherry on top, icing on the cake that you can eat as well when you're not killing life. And more ideas can flow through. I like to think the light in my head, in my brain, that allows me to think of connecting multiple turbine engines together to connect more multiple turbine engines together, so we don't have a dam that busts through, because people are finally beginning to do things correctly and not killing life in the process. So how about that turbine engine connected to multiple turbine engines and being watched from a tower like a flight tower? And on the bottom you have multiple turbine engines, maybe 5. How's that for a 5-point star? This top up here. Multiple turbine engines. May not be 5, maybe less, maybe more, maybe 7 for heaven, which we can make here on earth in the way that we keep doing these things, so that we can keep preserving life and not abuse it against anyone else, against anyone else's no's. That means no, not yes, but no. I don't want to be abused, like the next person doesn't want to be abused. So I'll have crazy ideas like the turbine engines connected. Man, my face really changes when we think of ideas like that, doesn't it? Yeah, because we don't want to have that constant face that says, you know that I know. You know that you know. This is the one. Yep. So yeah, cherry on top, icing on the cake that you can eat as well, not just bake, because we have wonderful ideas that come about fruition from ideas that are already made, because I didn't think about making this dam. But I'm also not trying to topple over it. And I'm also thinking of better ways for someone else to make one. Hopefully Japan can make one, or any other country. Maybe we can remake ours so they don't have turbine engines in a line into the wall like this, but instead have them like in a circle, maybe into the same one, and you have a few of them, and then powering each other up and then exiting at the same time. And then you can have another one that does the same thing, to be able to control the throttle, to control the pressure, the PSI that comes in, because that's current, essentially, that is being controlled through a tiny porthole, a tiny pinhole opening that can help us manage energy, ohm, resistance. We don't like to be resisted too much. So my eyes do a weird thing there when I say so. We have to find a way to control that flow through of current, of power, potential energy that just wants to bust through, but not bust through that dam. Instead, bust through the turbine engines that bust through the next one. That really just preserves it, and just maybe have one area that has that. So you have to think about that when you create the wall